Hey, Reece here from My Geek Culture and another of reviewed podcast. I am coming straight out of the cinema from Hoyts Blacktown, seeing the new Christopher Nolan film, The Odyssey, on IMAX. Laser projection, not 70mm. We don't have that here in Sydney. It's down here in Melbourne, but we didn't get to see it in 70mm as the great director that Nolan intended, but we saw it in IMAX. Now this has been one of my most anticipated films of the year. I think this is my number two most anticipated film of the year. Purely being it is Christopher Nolan. He is a visionary director and the one that I love. Majority of his films, he's one of my favorite directors. And besides the goat that is Steven Spielberg, he is my one of my, I would say, my second favorite director. I would see any film that he releases, and outside of the Dark Knight trilogy, I would say Prestige and Inception are my favorite Christopher Nolan films. Now, one of the things I've liked about this film leading up to its release is not much the trailers, but the marketing behind the scenes side of things and the interviews with the cast and things like that, showing how practical this film is, how much pretty much there is no CGI in this film. It is all done practical. Going when it comes to shots inside the cave, inside, going on to spending the time in Iceland where it's all side dark, like pretty much dark 24/7, and using a lot of those kind of shots for the sea shots and going into the underworld of hell and things like that. So what's been giving me my excitement for this film is not the trailers, funnily enough, but it's all the behind the scenes marketing. So I've really just been loving all and just liking all that up. So I had some expectations going into this one, and I would say that they weren't let down. Christopher Nolan has yet again delivered a cinematic masterpiece, showing pretty much what sense of old Hollywood and with the filmmaking of new as well, like just showing the scope that it is, all practical action, special effects, practical on location shooting. Pretty much being shot in complete IMAX, and being able to do that new technology of, I think it's the balloon system, where they're being able, because IMAX cameras are so loud, how they can get this new technology specifically for this film and being able to do on-screen dialogue with the actors, and the mirror system that they had to use when it comes to certain intimate scenes between, for example, Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon. It was so amazing to watch it in its the plot and the how it all came across. So I everything was on all it was firing on all cylinders. It was very cinematic. It was the cinematography was gorgeous. The performances, all every big role in small role, they all led to they all developed to the story. Not developed to the story, but they all contributed to the story. And I loved it, loved it, loved it. Now, the standouts in this film for me, as this comes to no surprise, would be Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, and Tom Holland. I think he's going to be an MVP of this film. A lot of people are going to go away thinking of Anne and Matt, and they are definitely warranted. But Tom Holland, I have not seen him this great in a long time. Everyone's thinking he is our Spider-Man, and at the moment, he is this generation's Spider-Man. He is. But this film is going to show a different side to him, and I really, really liked it. Every time he was on screen, I was captivated. He held the screen, the scene that was in. He went toe to toe with Anne Hathaway in a very critical scene into the third act, which really made my hair stand on the back of my head and back of my neck, and it was phenomenal. And so every performance was firing, and that's no surprise when it comes to Christopher Nolan. He only gets the best, and he gets the actor specifically for the role that he needs to have that portrayed, and it's fantastic, fantastic. Now, I was thinking about this as well. That coming out, that does this film take the number one spot for my most my pretty much my favorite film of the year so far? And thinking about it a bit much, it hasn't just yet. Not saying I didn't love the film, I did. It was cinematic, it was gorgeous, it was the sound design for a lot of the scene. It was friggin' you have to go see this in IMAX. Go see it on the big screen with the surround sound because the sound design is incredible. For example, like you see certain, this is not a spoiler, but in the trailers you can see a part of the Cyclops, and you notice in the story, the sound design behind the Cyclops is incredible. It's ear-reaching when he does certain moments in that point. So I would say it's not my number one film of the year so far. It's probably my number two. And it's on par, not to say it's on par, but it's pretty much on my number two. And then number three at the moment is Obsession. Number one for me is still Project Hail Mary. I still walked out of Project Hail Mary having a lot more an emotional experience. And this, I was buzzing a lot more than I was with this one. I think this is slight, but I found it was very much a lot more, made me feel a lot more emotion walking out of Project Hail Mary than this one. But there's a key scene in the towards the finale of the third act between Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon that got me emotional towards in that last part, and it was fantastic. Like a lot of people are probably saying that Matt Damon's going to get some recognition by when it comes to performances and by the Academy, and I can understand why. I hope Anne Hathaway gets some sort of appreciation, and Tom Holland as well. Um, some of the other actors, the big name actors in it, don't have huge parts. Like Zendaya doesn't have a huge role in it. So if you go in there expecting to see a lot of Zendaya, you won't see. You'll be a little bit disappointed because she's only in a little bit, but she's gorgeous as always. We just love Zendaya. We just love her. And then a lot of the other points about Helena Troy, she's not in a lot of it as well. She's only in little moments, so she doesn't play a huge part as well. But other than that, it was a fantastic film. The stunt choreography, the special effects, or everything was done cinematically and apt to the standard that you expect from Christopher Nolan. He is fantastic at his craft. He knows what he's doing. He delivers on that cinematic experience, and this film deserves to be seen on a big screen. You will not get the same feel out of this film if you saw this on a small screen on your phone or at home. It needs to be seen on the big screen and with a great surround sound system, and it deserves to be so. So I could be talking about this for another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but I'm not going to bore you. I would say I gave this film 4.5 stars. Um, Solid 4 stars, but probably 4.5 stars on my letterbox. So go out and see it if you can. It deserves to be seen, and I would definitely highly recommend it to see it. Being a huge cinemaphile as I am, I'm currently wearing my Jurassic Park shirt. Coming out of the cinema as respect for the legend that is Sam Neill. May him rest in peace. But go see the Odyssey. My recommendation. Please go see. Support um cinema as we love it too. This film deserves to be seen with a packed audience. Our cinema was packed. It's completely sold out. And the fact that IMAX in Sydney, Darling Harbour, has been sold out for the next 2 weeks shows you the anticipation that the film still has. So grab your tickets now, go out and see the Odyssey, and that is signing off from My Geek Culture and the reviews that is from Reece. So should we see you very soon? Maybe sooner than you think. But as Odysseus, we are fighting tooth and nail to get home. Catch you next time.